All the best. All good game. Thank you. The first frame. Ronnie or Sullivan to break. Mobile phone down, please.
Well, a little dangerous to have left this red along the cushion, especially if there's any angle on it to get to the black. Well, it looks pretty straight. Another inch towards the cushion. I'm sure Sullivan would have attempted it. Well, I suppose you could call this an half chance. To the right middle. Tough shot. That's a good shot from Robert Milkins. And that will give him confidence to knock one of those in straight away, because he knew he was leaving this long red to the right corner. Now, he could go into the pack if he misses the pink on the right. A little harder than that, although it may be okay.
6.
Didn't want to be much harder, but it's okay. You can get the top spin on the cue ball.
7.
Not hard enough, but still potable. And may be able to just nudge that red half ball, leave it on to that left corner. Or he could screw around the two cushions for the red into the right corner pocket. Played the cannon, but it didn't work out. Got the pot, but didn't get the cannon half ball. So it looks like end of break. There's reds that will pot, but they are dangerous. You may be able to take this one onto the middle and not leave anything. Oh, that was so close.
Robert Milkins, 14.
So close, but he's left the red on. I thought this was in. Look how close you've got to be, those middle pockets.
1.
And I guess this is why Ronnie O'Sullivan has enjoyed playing Rob Milkins as much as he has down the years, because he knows he's going to get opportunities. Milkins plays a very open, attacking game. And O'Sullivan extremely adept at punishing potting errors.
Yes, to be fair, though, to Milkins there, he could only leave the red he was playing on. And because he got so close to it, he's left it on. And that's his natural game, as you say, to attack. But it was a good attacking shot, that. Good at percentage shot, if you like.
$11.
Couldn't have played that screw back any better. We saw yesterday Mark Allen play that same shot and finish by the pink.
$19. 20.
Left the cue ball low on the black so he could stun between the gap of the reds there.
$27. 28.
On the top spin on the white, followed the red through. And again, that was difficult to judge. The little rub on the red helped with position.
35. 36.
Again, giving himself choice of two reds.
43.
If he hadn't finished perfect on this red, he had the other one.
$44.
And if you notice how he leaves himself on the black, he always leaves a nice angle to manoeuvre the cue ball. Very rarely finishes straight.
$51. $52.
Not too bothered about the pink going onto the green spot. Wait for it.
59.
The cannon didn't go according to plan. 52 points ahead, so just needs a red. Wanted to catch that red full in the face. So just the red needed.
67.
Just the one snooker as things stand.
Oh, what a great pot, and that makes absolutely sure.
Yeah, scrub that. Well, he's cueing
70.
so sweetly at the moment, isn't he? Rob Milkins makes one mistake. Tough pot to left centre. And spends the
71.
remainder of the frame warming his seat. A familiar experience for Rob against the Rocket.
Yeah, the thing is that he was unfortunate, Rob Milkins. Played an attacking shot, thought that he could only leave the red he was playing on. He didn't expect to leave that red, but he got so close to the pot,
78.
it actually came back to him, the red. I always think if you're going to miss the reds to the middle pocket, you miss them on the near
85.
angle.
86.
And how many times have we said that the top players start off with a century?
92. $94.
Looks like he's been playing out there for hours, doesn't it? Pinched a little on the pocket.
97.
Well, he's picked up where he left off against Michael Georgiou in the previous round. Century number 918 44 for the season. Still half the season to go.
As though it was over the pocket.
112.
I love it. Steve Davis, 1985, the other side of the table. And he's done the same
Ronnie
thing.
O'Sullivan, 112.
Not quite as important a miss on this occasion. What a break from Ronnie O'Sullivan to kick things off this afternoon. Rob Milkins made one mistake. It was only a small one. It was enough to cost him the frame.
Second frame, Robert Milkins to break.
Rob Milkins did very little wrong in the opening frame. Took on a tough red to the left centre. Only just missed it. Got so close that he left it. That was his last shot of the frame. 112 from O'Sullivan.
Yes, and not a good break off. He got very close to the blue. Caught the reds too thin. And that's got to improve. Cannot afford to leave these reds on. Although there is pressure on it. Well, this is respect. Look at this. Playing the safety. And a good safety.
Thanks, Robert.
Well, he could come off the left side cushion and land up into the reds, just below the pink. If he plays this red down the right side of the table, he could leave a red on to the left corner. He's thinking of playing the two cushion escape, but no need to play it. He could come off the cushion, just land up into the reds, but he's choosing the two cushion escape. Not far away.
Foul. And a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4.
So he'll get another go at this. And then he'll be warned. if he misses it a second time.
Ronnie?
And caught them too thick. Has he got away with it? Hampered over the yellow for the red into the right corner. Oh, and he's caught that one too thick. He's brought the red up. Oh, what a nice flick. Could have left the red on without that little flick off the red. Didn't get hold of the cue ball. Very tentative. But hasn't done any damage that I can see. Yeah, he was forced into that red. There was no safety shot. And could have landed better. Great pot this. I thought he'd missed it near angle. Nicely played. Black tied up, but the pink and
6.
blue are free.
7. $12. 13.
Another nice little rub on the blue, leaves him the right side. Missed the reds. And he's out of position.
18.
Well, what a
19.
plant. Played the safety, just in case. Now, does he take the brown on? I'm sure he will. Well, even when it's safe, it's not.
23. 24.
Again, he could play the cannon to those 4 reds. And that's worked out very nicely. Not bothered about the black now.
29.
In fact, prefers to see it tied up.
30. 36. 37.
Absolutely spot on position.
$42. 43. 49. 50.
Didn't even get an applause for that last shot. They're just immersed in brilliance at the moment.
57. 58. $65.
This break has been going less than 5 minutes. It's already a frame-winning one.
66.
Closing in on 200 points without reply.
Closing in on another century as well. Well, he could have played for the loose red there down the cushion. It's going to have to be a
72.
double.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 72. Frame conceded.
Not another century, but another sublime break of 72 from Ronnie O'Sullivan, launched by a brilliant red. And already Rob Milkins getting that sinking feeling, I fancy, as O'Sullivan doubles his lead. 2-0, halfway to the next round already.
Third frame, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Welcome back to Glasgow. Ronnie O'Sullivan with a blistering start here against Rob Milkins. Breaks of 102 and 72 already. 2-0 up. 2 frames away from a third round meeting with either Jamie Curtis Barrett or Lee Hang. They're in action in this session as well. I can tell you Neil Robertson has just made yet another big century. He's up against Liam Highfield. In fact, it was a 138 clearance. That's the applause on the neighbouring table for the Aussie. Rob Milkins beat Robertson, actually, on his way to his best ranking performance this season thus far. That was the quarterfinals at the Northern Ireland Open, where he only just missed out to Yan Bingtao, 5-4. Today, he's hardly had a look in, really. Had that opportunity in the first frame, missed a tough red to left centre, but he's being punished for every mistake, Joe.
Well, Not even punished for a mistake in the last frame because he knocked in a superb red, Ronnie O'Sullivan. So didn't do much wrong in the last frame. Robert Milkins just had to succumb to Ronnie's brilliance, really. Made it look easy again. And when he's playing like this, it's hard to see who can beat him.
Well, he'd never won more than 2 ranking tournaments in a single season before this campaign, Ronnie O'Sullivan, which was surprising in itself, but he wins here. And it's going to have to take someone playing very well to stop him, you would think. It's going to be 4 before Christmas.
Yeah, 4 in a season's unbelievably good. He's got 3 at the moment, and one of those is one of the big ones, the UK Championship. And he's showing a lot of patience as well, O'Sullivan. I think he may have learned from Selby a little. Oh, what a shot. Great shot. He holds his hands up, so it wasn't a good shot.
Yeah, he got a little kiss off the pack there, which diverted the red in.
Let's just have a look at this. He did. Well spotted, Philip.
Green ball. Robert Milkins 1.
Well, he won't pop many from there. But easy enough to play to the red on the left side, on the black cushion near the left side pocket. He's come past it. Now that is a mistake.
Foul and a miss. Robert Milkins 4.
Just make sure of the pot, and the pink is onto the middle.
1.
So he's got a chance. Black's tied up, but we've seen O'Sullivan do the damage with the pink and blue. Needs a few easy shots just to get his arm going, get his eye in. Well, it was a mistake that, coming the wrong side of the red.
Thank you. 7.
And that's pink and black tied up.
8.
Now if you can play for the red that's directly above the pink and stay high on that red, you could bring the pink into play. I'd have gone the other side.
13.
Didn't quite have the
14.
angle. And short of pace on the blue. Just in no man's land. This is missable. That's a good shot. That's a very good shot. There was pressure on that, especially when you knew that O'Sullivan was following you. Couldn't get the right side of the blue, so left it sufficiently short to be able to come in and out of baulk. There's that new tip he was talking about. He's a little heavy.
25.
Doesn't have to go for this. But what a good shot it was. Played it with
26.
a lot of left-hand side on the cue ball, and look at that for a positional shot.
Yeah, he refuses very little, Milkins. He's very entertaining to watch when he's playing as he can. He's made 6 ranking semi-finals, never made the final
31.
of a ranking event, but there's still time for him.
32.
Well, certainly got the game to win a tournament, that's for sure. And this is impressive so far from what's been thrown at him. And he's missed them. Could have played for the loose red near that right side cushion
37.
and waited for an easier angle on the blue. Oh,
38.
another terrific shot.
Brilliant. Made it look easy. It certainly wasn't.
What a
Very
shot.
tough cueing.
I fancied the plant more than that. Just looking to see if one of these reds goes to the right corner. But that's close to a plant in the right middle pocket.
$43. $44.
Again, struck that well, the right side of the blue, and now it's down to him. These 3 loose reds would be enough. And hit it again, and that's just careless. He could have just
49.
run through for these 2 reds, didn't need to bounce off the cushion.
50.
Doesn't want the kiss. Perfectly played. $60 points ahead. So just the red
55.
needed. Just checking the scoreboard, but just the red needed.
56.
But only his 5th ever frame against Ronnie O'Sullivan in this, their 6th meeting. But this has been an outstanding break. O'Sullivan's safety error proving expensive.
Well, it was the fluke, wasn't it? Red skimmed in off the other red.
61.
Played a good safety.
62. $67.
Well, full marks to Robert
68.
Milkins. And he got an applause that time. Thoroughly deserved.
Well, he did say to me that one of the advantages of having to change his tip a few times this week is that, of course, he's had to work very
75.
hard on the practice table to get used to it, to knock it in. And so his game is actually sharp. He's proved that here. Tremendous break, particularly after sitting out the first 2 frames.
And another great positional shot.
79.
Oh, shame.
Robert Milkins, 79.
Deserved a century there, but that was a really impressive response from Rob Milkins to Ronnie O'Sullivan's opening salvo. And he's back in the match now, just 1 behind. O'Sullivan leading by 2 frames to 1.
Frame 4. Robert Milkins to break.
It's extensively easy on the eye thus far. Two big breaks from Ronnie O'Sullivan, 112 and 72, and a really good response from Rob Milkins in frame 3. Superbly constructed 79. So we've only been playing 29 minutes. 3 frames already done and dusted. First of 4 to go through to the round of 32. And a meeting with either Jamie Curtis Barrett or Lee Hang. They're still in their first frame, actually. Down to the pink and black.
Played to go into the pack of reds, but it's okay where it is.
Extend the rest,
Yeah.
please.
Just a reminder that coming up next, John Higgins, the home favourite, last year's finalist, of course, up against Chris Keegan. And then this evening, Sam Craigie taking on Judd Trump, and Ding Junhui plays Chris Waitlin. Tremendous lineup on this third day in Glasgow.
Well, he's took the risk on sending the cue ball over the right side of the table, but he's covered that red with the green. Good safety.
Foul. And a missed. Robert Milkins 4.
Now then, can he get to the black off this red, or does he have to play the deep screw back?
One.
Well, the pink must go to the left corner. It didn't look like it on TV, and it must do.
Just a moment, please, Rob.
Well, can he see the red? He didn't get enough left-hand side on the cue ball. Well, he holds his hands up, so that tells us that he can see the red, but there's no need to hold his hand up because he played it with left-hand side to try and get onto this red. And he's done so.
Thank you. 7.
Well, I'm not sure about that one.
8.
He was splitting the pack off the red, and it's not to be advised. I mean, he's unlucky to be snookered. But he could have played a nice angle onto the black and gone into them from the black.
Black ball.
It was a super attacking shot he played there, but it's not to be recommended by snooker players. But that's a cracking shot. Tap on the table from O'Sullivan. What a judge of speed this was, just to land up to the black. Yeah, nice escape. Just having an anxious look to see if he'd left the red by the middle. Well, again, he's took the risk on leaving this red down the right side of the table. It's a good cue ball. Well, this is another super attacking shot. If he takes it on, red to the middle, after O'Sullivan's attempted pot, and it was an attempted pot because if it had been playing safe, he'd have hit the other side of the red. This is a fantastic shot from Robert Milkins. What a shot this was. Played the cue ball into a nice position, just in case he missed it, but always knew he was going to be on the pink. Played for the red to the right middle pocket. And this is now a good chance. A good chance to level it. The way that these two are playing. Keep that cue ball under control.
Eight.
Well, he's got choice of two reds if he comes down the right side of the table.
Well, that is optimism for you, given he's retired.
Yes, he's got another fan here with me as well. Well, decided to go into them, and he may just be on a red.
13.
But I thought he could have just done down the table for the red. Yeah, good shot.
14.
As long as he's going, that's the main thing. Tried to hold for this red into the middle, and he's hampered again. He's unfortunate. That's twice on the
19.
trot. Oh,
20.
just gone in. It caught that near angle. I thought it was going to stay out. Red goes to the left corner, and that gets him towards the black, and it should be easier from there
25.
to get onto the reds.
Sure.
Well, didn't play that
26.
one, I'm afraid. Didn't get the follow through, didn't play it hard enough. Misjudged it completely. There's nothing O'Sullivan can do, doesn't matter how good you are when you're sat in that chair. He's missed it.
Robert Milkins,
And
26.
that could be costly. Wasn't too difficult. He's left a red to the left middle.
One.
Just didn't have the belief, really, to go on.
Well, Milkins obviously felt that he
6.
got a kick when he was trying to run through for the black.
Yeah, but even if it did, you still think he'd pot the black.
And this is the kind of situation that O'Sullivan has been so clinical with in the last few weeks, punishing his
7.
opponent's mistake when they've been in and missed.
Well, that's something you just cannot afford to do against O'Sullivan or against any of the top players. When you're in, you've got to stay
14.
in. Cannot afford to miss when you're in. You can run out of position and play a
15.
safety, but you cannot afford to miss.
And it's hard to see O'Sullivan missing here.
22. 23. $30. 31.
Just overscrewed it a touch.
38.
I didn't think
39.
it was in.
$44. 45.
Played it with check on the cue ball to check it for the red to the
52.
middle.
53.
And the perfect angle on the black to move up towards the yellow.
$60.
Needs the green.
$62.
This could be the pivotal frame of this match. Rob Milkins had begun to play really well, had an opportunity to draw level at 2-all from 2-0 behind.
65.
Didn't get prime position on his black, missed the black. And
69.
from that moment, frankly, the outcome seemed inevitable in this frame.
74.
He is ruthless right now.
$80. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Doesn't bother with the final black. He'll make do with 80 to the pink. Rob Milkins loses a painful frame for him. It was a great chance to level as it is. He's 2 down with 3 to play at 3-1.
From 5. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Ronnie O'Sullivan already just a frame away from round 3 here. We've only been playing 41 minutes, break of 80 after Rob Milkins was in with a chance for 2-all. Mr. Black off its spot, didn't get ideally on it and paid a heavy penalty. So the point of no return already for the milkman. If he delivers from here, every credit.
Yeah, it should have been 2 each. Had he just been on that black normally, I think he'd have potted the black, but because he felt he'd got a kick, he was playing it with disappointment in mind. And that was a chance. And this isn't good. And Sullivan straight in. Oh, but that's not good. That's not good. He tried to play a fancy shot there. Lots of stun. Oh, he caught the middle pocket and it's finished up absolutely perfect. No raise of the hand or anything like that with O'Sullivan.
5.
Just gets on with it. Yeah, why me?
6.
Yes, I think if Rob Milkins could have verbalised his expression there, it would have been post-watershed.
Yeah, the thing is, he had the first chance, didn't he, at the pot, the long pot. Just check
10.
your shoes when you leave here, Robert.
11.
Thinking of a way how to bring that black into play. Well, I played it with left-hand side on the cue ball. Probably thought to create the angle, but it took the
16.
strength of the shot out of the shot.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 16.
So let off for Robert Milkins. Needs to cover this red. And he's just done it. The last roll. Seemed to spring off that black cushion then. Well, very difficult to get the cue ball back to baulk, and if he just plays out, he leaves an easy safety shot for O'Sullivan to put him up in the jaws of the yellow pocket. That covers that red over the right corner. Went for the pot and went for it full-blooded. And it could have been worse. This is still on this red, but it could have been a lot easier than this. He makes them look easy. Never give a thought to the red over the right corner. Just expected to pot it. And he could well go into the reds here. Choosing against it.
Five. first.
Michael White has just made a century against Scott Donaldson, the man who knocked Mark Selby out of the UK Championship to move 2-1 in front.
Well, that is a surprise. Just
Ronnie
pinching a
O'Sullivan,
little
5.
bit on the pocket to get the cue ball round the table. But a real let-off there for Robert Milkins. Not an easy shot left as we look at this misread again. Well, as long as he hasn't left the red to the baulk corner, not too bad. If he has, another chance.
One. Six.
Will he get another shot?
7. Thirteen. Fourteen.
Well, that's developed everything around the pink spot.
20. 21. 27. 28.
'Yeah, these two loose reds would be enough.
34.
Take O'Sullivan into the next round.
35.
Milkins has had his chances, especially in the last frame.
Yeah, that was the big one, wasn't it? Missing the black when he was 30-odd in front with a chance to equalise at 2-all.
41.
He was in full flow at that stage. He'd made an excellent break to win the third frame.
42.
But one mistake at the moment when you're in against Ronnie O'Sullivan in the form he's in is generally fatal.
Well, what can you do about that? It was just one snooker to tie before that blew. Wait for it, wait for it.
47.
Fire.
48.
Their previous meetings read O'Sullivan 5-1, O'Sullivan 13-2, 6-0, 6-1, 4-0. And ultimately this has been another drubbing, really.
54. 55.
Next up in the line of fire, either Lee Hang or Jamie Curtis Barrett. Lee Hang 1-0 up in that particular match, and Curtis Barrett needs a snooker in the second frame.
$59. 60.
He just can't miss. He just can't miss. Brilliant. Look at the side on the cue ball there. And that is a very difficult shot.
66.
And another
67.
century on the cards, just. Zip. Perfect position again.
What's the difference between zip and whiz then, Joe?
Well, zip is when it hits the cushion and zips down the table.
73. 4. 76.
And whiz?
Whiz this way, gets a lot of screw on it, comes through the reds. And he developed that shot.
79. $83.
He finished with a century against Georgiou in the first round. He started with a century today.
88.
And as he so often does, the rocket going out with a bang.
Side.
94.
Sprung off the cushion there. Unbelievable snooker. Brilliant.
Is anyone good enough to stop this man in his tracks right now as he eyes a 4th ranking title of the season? Yet another century, 919 in total, 45 for this quite outstanding campaign, and Rob Milkins brushed aside by 4 frames to 1.